landlord was changing our washing machine, we're getting a brand spanking new one, and he turned around to me and my housemates and he said, listen guys, you're going to have to treat this like one of your babies. And I said, get rid of it within 24 weeks. Pretty awkward actually. And that flat share is where I spent most of my lockdowns, my deepest, darkest times. And I actually became a bit of a crime magnet in lockdown. Yeah, it was not good. Laugh at my pain, go on. Yeah, so I got my phone stolen twice in the first lockdown. Now, as you can see, I'm an amateur comedian and from the hair alone, freelance designer. So, the money wasn't rolling in, guys. So yeah, I got my first phone stolen. It was an old-fashioned pickpocket, which I didn't think happened anymore, but it happened to me. And my defences were down, you know. I wasn't expecting it because I was in M&S. I expected better, you know. And then, like I said, the money wasn't rolling in. It took me 2 months to replace that phone. And so I was walking around my local area, which just so happens to be Murder Mile. Maybe a hint. Not the safest area. I actually, in that flat share, I lived through our lockdown with an open window. My landlord did not fix, even though we were on Murder Mile. Also, on my first week of living there, someone got shot on my doorstep. Didn't put me off. I swear if I did this anywhere outside of London, they'd be like, oh my God. We just accept these things. So yes, I was taking in the beautiful sights of South East London, and I was doing my hourly walk, like we could only exercise for an hour, and I was listening to a true crime podcast. Irony. True crime podcast is what I like to call white women porn. So yes, I was listening to this podcast, strolling around, and I just was like, oh fuck, where am I? I whipped out my phone quickly just to check where I was, and ashamedly I was literally a street over from my house. And in that second, a guy whizzes past on a Boris bike and whips it out of my hand. Yeah. And it is funny, it's funny, come on, otherwise it's painful. So, Boris actively facilitated this crime. But I've got enough issues with him, you know? Like, he was off committing his own crimes in that time. Anyway, so I decided, like, I'm a little bit taken aback, but I'm like, I've got to stop this man, you know? Both perpetrators men, and I don't want to sound like a man hater. I'm not a man hater. I love men. Some of my worst parents are men. So yeah, I thought in that split second I was going to shout after him, "The lockdowns have hit me very hard financially." But I thought maybe you wouldn't give a fuck. So I opted for instead, "Get back here, you fucking cunt!" There was a lot of bystanders to this crime. Not one looked at me whilst the crime was in place. As soon as I said fucking cunt, all eyes on me. And so from that I took that women being a victim of crime, fine. The real crime is a woman saying cunt. Yeah. And I don't actually think it was just the lockdowns that made me a crime magnet. Like, literally living in London has made me a crime magnet. Maybe they think I won't fight back, which is true. I've had, in my first year in London, I had 3 bikes stolen. Different days, different times of the day, different places, all the while locked up. And the weirdest thing was that it corresponded with terrorist attacks. Yeah, really, really strange. So this weekend, just in case, I kept it really locked up. And unfortunately, it was totally fine. I want the royal family to be obliterated.